to class, everyone. Here is the measurement for this design. I have raw silk and wording for this design. So the raw silk is cut 42 inches wide by 45 inches long, and I cut my wording the same measurement. Please take a good look at this cutting. It is in a slant form. The extreme end of the design is 11, which is 22 by the length of 45, but the beginning of it, where we carry my pleating measurement, is cut 42 inches wide, and now slanted it to 22 inches wide. So my base measurement is cut. I use a V-band shape for this design, and the bands are cut 10 inches wide by 15 inches long, and my base is cut 14 inches long by 14 inches wide by 25 inches long. So that is that, and these are my V-band pieces. So it's cut 15 inches by 10 inches long, 15 inches by 10 inches wide. So I cut two pieces. These are my handles. I cut 6 inches, 6, which is the width, by 12 or to 15, at most 15. So that's that, and this is the design. Okay, so I want to explain better here. I cut this design in a slant form. This part I'm measuring now is cut 42 inches because it's folded, which is 21 inches. So when you open it up, you have 42 inches. You see it? You have 42 inches wide. So in a slant form, just watch it. So by 45 inches long, in a slant form, look at the way it slants. The extreme end, let's say from the end, you measure 15 inches upward. From the end, you measure 15 upward. And that's 15 upward to the end. You will have 11 inches, unfold 22 inches when you open it up. Do you understand? Measure 15 upward. And from the beginning, measure 15 downward. And at that 1 to 15 inches that you measure, you have 42 inches, which is 21 inches unfold. So while the extreme end, mention 15 downward, the length is 45, mention 15 downward, then you will have 22 inches wideness. When you fold it down, you have 11. When you open it up, you have 22. So while the beginning, you have 48. When you open it up, you have 48. When you fold it, you have 21. Please take note, because I don't want to waste my material. That is why I cut this design in a slant form. Okay, I invent it. Nobody taught me this method. Okay, so I will now place my wording on my fabric, and I will cut it out. Do you understand? I will cut it out. I will at the beginning of the wording, I'll have 21, while the extreme end, as I slant my hand, I will have 11. So my fabric will be folded into two like this and sew straight down. So I will insert my wording inside and sew straight down. Okay, so I'll take it to machine off camera now, and I'll go and sew it and come back and show it to us. Okay, so this is it. I'm done sewing. I will turn it out this way. Okay, I will turn it out this way. This is how it looks. Just to watch it close, you will understand this design. It's very easy and very, very simple. Very unique as well. Okay, this is it. I have turned it out, arrange it properly. If necessary, iron it if you can. But if you don't, no problem. Remember, this long part is the stretchy part, okay? So I have measured my 15 inches there, which will be the center part of my head, where my design will start from. I measure from the beginning of the design to the center part 15 inches long. So I'll make my pleating on that 21, which is 42 width. Fold together 21. So I'll create my pleat from that place now. Can you see it? I think I have 8 to 9 inches pleat here. 8 to 9 inches pleat. 8 to 9 pleats here. So I want to have 9 pleats. So that's why I release it. I started pleating again. Just to watch it, please. Pleat are the part that your wording is facing down. The part that is not carrying your wording is where you should pleat on. So you pleat it like that from the beginning to where you mark your center part, which is 15 inches long, the wider part of the fabric. So my girl helped me secure it down after the pleat. Then we proceed. This is the center part. I will still pleat because I've not gotten to my center part. I pleat that part down, and later on I'll balance it on my dummy's edge to get a beautiful curve. Okay, so I secure that part too by tying it down. So right now I'll place it on my dummy and check it if it gives me the perfect curve. If it's not, I'll release the tie and I'll rearrange it. That is just what I am doing here. Sorry, I didn't know that my camera was too close. It couldn't capture that part very well. So I am trying to arrange it and have my perfect curve. Okay. So remember, our target is to start our rows from the center part or immediately after the center point. Okay. You can leave 1 inch from your center and start your ruffle design, or 2 inches away from your center point and start creating your ruffle design. But I normally love it when it's at the center part. Okay, it will give it that beautiful look. At most 1 inches away from your center part. So I'm still trying to arrange it properly here. So this is it. So after the arrange, I try to hold it down. I try to secure my pleat down. Okay. So, and I now adjust it. I'm trying to adjust it very well to the point where I want my rows to, my rows or ruffle, where I want my ruffle to start from. So I started tacking it down. All right. Already I have hold my pleat down. I have tack it down to secure it properly. So I release it from my dummy now to secure that center point very well before I start creating my ruffle. Okay, so I try to arrange it properly. I don't want those rumple on the pleating. So if you don't want it, always pleat at the part where your wording is not placed to. You will get that beautiful straight pleat. But when you pleat along the side where your wording is held down to or sewed down to, it will give it a kind of rumple, or how do I call it? Borrow me English, please. It will not give it a smooth pleat, okay? So right now, I'm trying to tack it to my base. I'm securing it to my base. Do you get it? So while doing it, you arrange it properly. So I have to cut it out and join another thread. So I continue. Right now, I am done tacking my pleating down. I want to start creating my ruffle. So what I did is that I measure from the center point to where I am running gathers now, 5 inches away from the center. I mark the 5 inches, then I run gathers at that spot. After that, I will gather it together just to watch it. Sorry, I didn't know that this part was not clearly shown. You will see other part. Yeah. So after that, I bring back my needle to my gather, my center part where I stopped the gather, to to drag it together this form to give me that beautiful ruffle. Okay. Remember I said after you have secured your pleated part to the turban, the remaining part that you want to use for your ruffle, mark 5 inches away from where your pleat stop. Run gathers in that place, then pull it together to get that beautiful ruffle. So right now I'm trying to secure it to my base. Remember, whatever we do, we will still place it back to our base. So I'm trying to hold it back to my base right now. Okay. Then I'll pass it back to that particular place where I run my gathers. Okay, now I will use my hand to arrange the ruffle. Remember, every one of us have our own method of creating ruffle. This is my own method of creating ruffle. So the next ruffle now, I will still mark 5 inches away, but before then, twist the remaining part of a fabric. Just twist it back, just watch it, twist it back in this form, then mark your 5 inches again. The distance should be 5 inches. Then run your gathers, pass in your needle to the particular place where you mark your 5 inches. Then you run your gathers again. Do you understand? This is it, 5 inches. Then run your gathers from that place again, just what you did in the first place. That's where my 5 inches away from the first ruffle started from. So I will start running my gathers from that place again. Just watch me. Sorry, the thread is very, very long, so I'm trying to be careful so that it will not tangle. So now I have run my gathers for the second ruffle again. I'll pull my thread very well. Then I will take it back to the first ruffle. I will take my needle back to the first ruffle so that it will pull the gathers together very well for me. Do you see it? Then try to push it out this one. Remember, it's ruffle. So after that, I pass my needle back to the first ruffle. Then after which I have pulled it together, I will tack it down to my base again. I am not tacking separately. I am doing this process together with my base. Together with my base. Sorry, my cap is shaking on the dummy. I suppose I've hold it down with pin or peg before continue, but all the same, I can handle it. So, but if you can't, just try and find something to hold the bag so that it will look firm. So right now, I have tack it down to my base. Pull it very well, okay? And make sure you run your thread 8 to 16 pieces, okay? So I have secured it. I'm going to the third part now. Just the same thing I did in the first, second ruffle is the same thing that you do for the third and the fourth one. And I discovered that though the measurement I use here is 50 inches long, that is why I asked you to use 40 to 45 inches long. So later I discovered that the loop was very, very long because I just want 4 ruffle and the remaining little one will serve as my handle parts. Okay, so I cut 10 inches away from my 55. I cut 10 inches away. If you understand what I'm trying to say, that is why I said cut 40 to 45 inches long. Long, okay? So I secure it to my base after the ruffle again. Remember, we used to place our design in a slant form. So while doing this, don't forget to do the same thing so that your design will lay properly on the front, okay? So this is the third ruffle. We are going for the fourth one now, after which we'll now attach our handle. So now take a look at this. I cut 10 inches away. Remember, I have told you to use 40 to 45 inches. So after which I have cut it, I also reduce the wording inside. Now I will be taking my last ruffle. Still remember the method we are using. Twist it, mark 5 inches away, then you pick your gathers. Okay, so it's just the same method from the first method to the fourth method. It's the same thing that you will do. Okay, so I will pass my needle now to the fifth inch to the place where I mark my 5 inches. Then I will run my gathers. I have secured it like that. That's where my 5 inches is because I have already marked them out with my tailor chalk. So right now I run my gathers like this and I will pull it very well. That pulling is what is giving you ruffle design. Okay, so the remaining one, I will twist it like this, hold it down, then I will attach my handle to it. Okay, then leave 2 inches away to your back center for your handle sake. Okay, so now I will tack it to my base as well, and that is that about it. The next thing now is for me to apply my handle. Once my handle is there, c'est fini, we are done. So you arrange your ruffle very well the way you want. If they are not laying well, pull it back, tack it down with your needle and thread. So that is just how this design is. Very simple and beautiful. Okay, I invent this design like I said. So, and this is the method I use, and the design has been so, superb. I have sold more than 5, and this design, let me tell you the secret. I sold them 15,000. The least I sold for this design is 10,000, and you are not going to finish a trouser length of raw silk. Okay, so this is this about this design. I'll go ahead now and fix my handle, after which we have come to the end of the design. So what I am doing here is that I'm trying to arrange my ruffle very well, just the way I want it. Okay, just the way I want it. I arrange my handle perfectly at the tip, and the design was so beautiful. The color used here is onion color, and the material is raw silk. Just 2 fabric that you need, your raw silk and your wadding. Finish. So this is the design. I hope you like it and you enjoy this class. If you do, always give us a thumbs up, comment, say you like it. And if you have not joined our WhatsApp group, please go and join. Go and join. Where we discuss one-on-one and how we run our visibility on social media handle. We follow each other, we post, we comment on each other posts to give it a visibility that it needs. No matter how your job looks, we give it a beautiful comment. So this is the design. I have attached my handle at the back there, and this is the final look. I hope you like this design. Look at it, very beautiful. I can't wait to see your own. Please, when you are done submit, let me comment on your work. Bye.